No, the only thing I knew, I mean, because, and the thing is with the Who is that my brother used to play in a band. He's 7 years older than me. A band called the Duke Hounds, and Roger Daltrey's cousin Graham Hughes, who's a photographer, used to play in that band, and so they supported the Who, or at that time it was the Detours or the Highlanders. So I kind of like, I mean, I saw the Who at Shepherd's Bush Bingo when I was like 13. My brother took me along, and I've seen them loads of times, just all those early days. Because I grew up a mod, you know,
Yeah.
so I had a scooter and everything. So to work with the Who was pretty cool.
Brian said he sent you the picture of Jimmy and Pete when Jimmy
Yeah.
was like 11.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, even when Jimmy played with Stone the Crows, he was like young, you know. I just can't imagine.
19, 20.
Yeah, he's just. But me and Brian watched the video of Jimmy. It was a TV show in Stockholm. I think we were playing live with Stone the Crows, and we were watching it on one of the tour buses. I was
Really?
like amazed how good he was, you know. Because I remember he was always good, but when I saw him actually playing, I'm like, Jesus, what a loss, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I think, do you remember how he joined the band?
I don't know how actually he got recommended. It might have been through the management, you know, through Peter Grant. Because in the old days there was only two bands, you know, with Peter Grant. There was Stone the Crows and Led Zeppelin. So it might have been through that, or, you know, through the grapevine. I don't know whether Pete was ever involved or Roger. So it was quite a separate entity then, you know, like Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin and the Who. So yeah, I really can't. I don't know. I do remember Peter Green. I mean, I remember him well because he wouldn't travel with the band. He would only travel with us, the two road crew in the truck when we done rehearsals or any gigs, you know. And he always used to. I lived in a squat at the time in Richmond, and he always used to come round. He used to turn up, you know. Peter Green. All right, Pete, how are you? Oh, all right, where you been? Oh, I just went to Jamaica for a couple of weeks. And, you know, I went to America, and he would sit around. We'd play with him. He'd pick up. I always had amps and guitars in my house. He'd play. Phenomenal player. Really sad loss as well because he doesn't work anymore. You know.
Yeah. It was a tough time back then for him.
I just think that he probably had a bad trip, you know. Had a bit of acid, you know, that'll do it, you know.
And that's the way we'll have to go.
So, yeah, that was sad, but he was a great guitarist as well. You know. But yeah, Peter just went out, and then after we done that festival,
That was my way.
that was when we started
That's the only way, as far as I know.
Jimmy, you know.
Yep. It's a shame that they didn't last very long after they joined.
No, they didn't. I mean, Maggie started. I was in the studio with them. We were at a studio in Barnes. I can't really think of the name. Quite a famous studio. And then Maggie started doing her solo stuff after that. You know. But I knew kind of it was going to break up, so I was kind of sworn to secrecy by the management, you know. And then I sort of kind of worked with Maggie on her solo stuff when she recorded. John Bonham came in and done a track.
Suicide Sound.
Yeah, and Jimmy came in. And actually, when I worked with Jimmy Page, I said to him, because I don't think I ever told him, because on the first unleaded that they'd done, Page and Plant, I was actually working with Paul Thompson, the Cure's guitarist, who was blind. And so when Jimmy rang me up to work with him, I just said, well, you realise that I used to work with Stone Crows, so I just thought I'd better let him know.
Yeah.
So I ended up working with Jimmy some 8 years, not only doing all his guitars, but doing personal stuff, driving him around, doing inventory, loads of stuff.
Do you remember what Jimmy's flat looked like, by any chance? Because I recently got accepted into a study abroad program in London for next January.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the first place I'm going to go, is Montreal.
Well, those flats are really big in Montreal, and there's a canal in the middle, that, don't you?
Yeah.
It's only like a small road. From the main road, there's a small stretch with a canal, and then there's another traffic light from there to there. But he lived on the other side, on the south side. It was only like the first floor apartment. It was really nice. Yeah, I mean, it was really nice.
Did you ever meet his brother Jack at all?
Yeah, I met Jack.
I'm in touch with him and Bella.
Oh yeah?
I'm sure Linda tried to look after him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he liked that very much.
No, we're the same with Maggie. Maggie always used to look after him and straighten him out. He'd sit up, he wouldn't say boo to Maggie, because Maggie would just knock him out, because she's a big girl,
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
And then also on the DVD I have video of their last ever concert at Montreal.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. In April of '73.
Right. Jazz Festival.
Yep.
I think I remember that. I think we've done it several times, but I think the place burnt down, didn't it?
I think so.
Held, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's back.
The only reason I remember it is because while I was packing away the gear, there was like naked women walking through the gig. Because it was like a topless show.
Oh yeah.
After the gig emptied out in another part of the building, but their dressing room was through where we were packing up, and I was shouting at them, "Way!" And that place got burnt down. That particular gig. I forget what they called it. There was some name for it. There's Lacano or
the actual place, or
yeah. What was it called? Anyway, it burnt to the ground, and in actual fact, later on, I met a couple of the road crew that were around when it burnt down. We actually got out the building while it was burning.
how was seeing Wings compared to Stone Crows?
Doing Wings? Oh, it was great. I mean, Ian, the guy that used to work for him, we knew him.
Ian Hunt.
Ian Hunt, yeah. We knew him through Stone Crows, and we started rehearsals for the British thing, and they were short two roadies, so me and the other Stone Crows, Ted Devine, roadie, got a job with Wings. That was great, because that was right at the time that the James Bond movie came out.
Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a great band with Henry McCulloch from the Grease Band, and Danny Sywell, who disappeared. Great drummer who just, after Wings, he just retired, gone.
I think that was the last tour they ever did, that lineup.
That lineup, yeah, that's right.
And they did Band on the Run.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think Ted Devine, the other roadie with Stanley Crowes, always stayed in touch with Denny Lane. Used to go around his house.
He's still touring. He's still touring. Denny Lane.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I thought you meant the other roadie.
Oh.
I haven't seen him for years. But yeah.
Did you see Jimmy perform in Wings or when they had that big world tour?
No, I wasn't involved with that yet. The next time I saw Jimmy was actually in Abbey Road Studios when they were mixing the album with Paul and Linda. And it was great to see him, because I hadn't seen him for years. He looks alright. I mean, he was alright. He was, I guess he behaved himself then. But yeah, it's a tragic death. I couldn't believe it.
26.
Yeah, I was just like shocked. Because as I say, I had only just seen him and met up with him after years of not seeing him. Not much I can tell you about him, really. I mean, it's just... that was so long ago in the 70s that I'd done all that, And it was tough. Tough time. Because we were driving the trucks and setting up. There were no humpers, there were no tour buses them days. And we went from driving a transit to ended up getting buying Led Zeppelin's truck off of them. A full 3-ton truck. We had a lot of gear for tour bus, and then we drove after the gig. It was tough times.
There was only two roadies. Wow.
Yeah.
How many roadies are on this road here?
I don't know. Well, there's 3 backline riders. There's about 17 of us altogether.
Quite a change.
Well, yeah, it's an industry now. I mean, in the 70s it was really small, Everybody knew everybody else. It changed. But I managed to just keep up with the technology and changing of everything. I mean, I used to do keyboards quite a lot. I went in the 80s, I worked with Talking Heads, the B-52s, and hung out in New York. That was kind of like 1980. It's the time I really started earning money, the war money. Instead of really, I struggled all through the 70s. Really struggled. Well, I got to go and eat.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.